short-term impact, long-term impact. According to many, there will be short-term impacts like maybe, fisheries or fishermen, they could be impacted. But the long-term impact is something which is highly concerning. Dr. Nair, do you think that does it bother you as an expert that short-term can be managed, long-term could perhaps create havoc for years and years?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Am I audible?
There is an echo when you speak. Are you sitting in a, I don't know. Please go ahead. Go ahead. It's not your fault though, sir. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, doctor.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it's
it's
fine.
okay.
It's
I think
fine. Yeah, it's great now.
yeah.
It's great. Thank you, doctor.
Yeah. So, INCOIS is actually the agency to provide the oil spill trajectory prediction system. Once it is, we have heard about this oil spill. We have gone all our models and observation systems ready, and we've already told that this containers will be moving to the coast of Alapi, Kollam, as well as Trivandrum. Now, the persisting sea conditions are such that it is actually the currents, wind and waves are to southerly directions. So most of these spills will be going to the coastal areas. I want to call it as a kind of a chemical spill than an oil spill, because oil spill actually many of the things, it is not that much oil is actually also as of now not mixed with the seawater, but there is lot of containers having the chemical substance, including the nodules, as already beached to the
So, Dr.
coastal.
Nair, for ordinary people to understand, sir, will there be a short-term impact and a long-term impact, or you think the short-term impact will not be so much?
Yeah, there will be mainly, as of now, there will be a short-term impact. Short-term impact is mainly coming from the chemicals, which is actually from these the containers, especially in the coast of Trivandrum. You have seen a lot of plastic nodules. These plastic nodules actually, when it is actually put in the sea, it can be eaten by the fish and other kind of organism, and it can choke in their the stomach. So there can be a short-term impact of these chemicals. And as I understand that there is some more other substance like calcium carbide was also there. So we don't know, because we don't have any experience like that, how it will be reacting with the seawater.
No, but
Most
what? But
probably, if
wait a
it
minute, Dr. Nair. When you say we don't have any experience, I respect that. But then the danger is that if calcium carbide mixes with seawater, it could have a disastrous impact. Are we ready for
yes,
it? Do we have preparedness for it?
no, as of now, I don't think we are prepared for that. If it is actually mixed with the seawater, it tells that there is a change in the seawater temperature, seawater alkalinity, etc. This will have a impact in the marine organisms. I'm not very sure that it is really we are actually prepared for that.
All right, Dr. Vibha Dhawan, please come in here. What he says has really concerned me, but you guys are the expert here. Ma'am, one of the main concerns, and reams have been written on it, that if calcium carbide mixes with seawater, then it may be impacting marine life, be it the birds who are coated with this, or fish which swallow this, which will have a kind of a cascading repercussion. Throw some light on this, Dr. Dhawan. I mean, when the gentleman says, Dr. Nair says, we are not prepared, what does that mean? And does it mean that we need to really get our antenna up, ma'am?
See, the thing is, you are talking of seawater. So that is something which is not contained. So when we are talking of treatment also, we have to be conscious that the amount of chemical that is there, that will determine, and the currents, because how soon it gets dispersed. And like it is something like if it gets dispersed very soon, then also it is harmful. It's going to have long-term implications. Now, let's take into what are this is calcium carbide, that is definitely toxic. It also produces gas, which is again, if anyone who is close to the coastal area, if they inhale that air, it's also toxic to them. But to say that It's a pollutant. Definitely, it's a pollutant. But the concentration that will be in the air will determine that what are going to be the impact of it. The other is, this is short term. Short term is also when we talk of the oil, like we always say, oil never mixes with water. So it forms a film. So what that film is doing, it is inhibiting the oxygen in the air to get mixed into water. And therefore, for the marine life, oxygen concentration that will be available will become lower. And therefore, many of the organisms, whether those are plants or animals, they will die. And those which won't die, it is also like the animals can't speak, plant can't speak. But then there are long-term implications on their health as well. But let's also look into that, how soon we can curtail it. If we can absorb that oil, there are technologies available like sponge-like substance, and you bring it out and then you treat it. Terry also has done a lot of work in bioremediation,
okay.
and it can be treated.
Right. Dr.
And
Nair,
similarly,
yeah, go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
and similarly, when we are talking of long-term implication, it is even the low doses, they may not be lethal, but at the same time, we should be conscious that the fish that will come from the coastal region, is it safe for human consumption?
No,
We
I
may
think so far
also-
it's an economic loss for all the fishermen because they've been asked not to really venture into the sea in all these areas where the oil spill may have an impact and where the containers have actually floated. So for them, they could be small fishermen, medium, big, but the point of the matter is that it is an economic loss for them, but then it's being looked as a short-term economic loss. Dr. Balakrishnan, I want to also ask you that considering it's monsoon in Kerala, I mean, there are very heavy rains, all these cleaning operations which is taking place, how difficult is that going to be, doctor?
Yeah, I think it is going to be really difficult because thing is that as per the sea state is concerned, waves are almost more than 3.5 meter and 2 meter swells are there. And the wind is actually also around 16 to 17 meter per second, and we have the high currents. So the thing is that there is an operational problems for dissipating this oil. That is what I understand in that area. But only the important thing is that the oil actually, what I understand from this Coast Guard, it is very small quantity, so it may not be. It is in the patches, so may not be in a position to reach the coast. As of now, we are not seeing any kind of oil traces in the along the Kerala coast.